O people of the book, do not disbelieve in the signs of Allah, in the verses of Allah, and Allah is witness upon what are you doing. That was also verse yesterday, and then there was two more verses related to people of the book. And then the verse number 101. وَكَيْفَ تَكْفُرُونَ وَأَنْتُمْ تُتْلَى عَلَيْكُمْ آيَاتُ اللَّهِ وَفِيكُمْ رَسُولُهُ وَمَنْ يَعْتَصِمْ بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ هُدِيَ عَلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. That was also a verse was yesterday. And then the last verse we read yesterday was يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ حَقَّ تُقَاتِهِ وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. O you believe, fear Allah as it is, He has right that we should fear Him. وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. And do not die except in the street of Islam. So people who live on Islam, they go out from this world on Islam, and they will be stand on the day of judgment on Islam. And Islam means that you worship only one God and not worship idols, and you follow His commands. And that is a faith we want to live on all our life. The next verse is وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. And hold the rope of Allah, all of you together, and do not be divided. And that is where this rope of Allah means here is this Quran. This Quran is the rope of Allah. We need to hold it and not to divide. Like sometimes the Muslims are making some arguments about their beliefs, and then they divide with different sects, which is forbidden for us to do. May Allah save us to misguided and to be divided. And to follow the Quran words by words, word by word, and not to be divided. May Allah guide us, may Allah forgive us. And may Allah unite all the Muslims in the world according to the Quran. Because if we want to divide, we want to be united, then we must follow the Quran and not to go away from the Quran. Like the Christians, they were misguided because they changed the book, like Torah or Injil or the Psalm. But for us, Allah protected the Quran. Quran is not changed, so we will have never have any dispute when we are going to judge between us for our disputes with the Quran. And there will be no problem at all. Like Allah said in the Quran, وَإِن تَنَازَعْتُمْ بِشَيْءٍ فَرُدُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. And when you have any dispute among you, then return it to Allah and His Messenger. So what is meaning here? The Quran and Sunnah. And the Quran is the word of Allah, and the Sunnah or the Hadith, it is explanation of the Quran. The Prophet Muhammad, he explained the Quran, and that we call Hadith. Because if I understand the Quran is different, but what the Prophet can explain, it's perfect. Because I can be mistaken, but the Prophet cannot be mistaken, because he is appointed by Allah to explain us the Quran. So always go with this Quran and Sunnah, Quran and Hadith. You read the Quran and whatever you can understand, then you refer it to the Hadith of the Prophet Muhammad and to understand it, what is the meaning of that verse or that part of the Quran. So always follow these two aspects, the Quran and Sunnah, the Quran and Hadith. Hadith or the Sunnah is just explanation of the Quran, and most of the occasion you always need Hadith or the Sunnah to understand the right meaning of the Quran. May Allah guide us.